You know, there's something about dogs that just brings out the laughter in all of us. I mean, if you've ever owned a dog, or even just spent time with one, you know they can be absolute goofballs. They have this uncanny ability to turn even the most mundane moments into something hilariously memorable. Let's dive into some of the most laugh-out-loud moments that our furry friends have given us. Because honestly, who doesn't need a good chuckle? First off, let's talk about the classic dog fail. You know the ones I'm talking about, right? Picture this. A dog, full of enthusiasm, sees a squirrel and takes off like a rocket. But in their excitement, they forget one crucial detail: the leash. So there they go, sprinting full speed ahead, only to suddenly realize they're still attached to their human. The human, caught off guard, is yanked forward, arms flailing, and then, bam! The poor person ends up in a heap on the ground while the dog continues its chase, blissfully unaware of the chaos it just caused. You can't help but laugh, even while you're trying to untangle yourself from the leash. It's like a slapstick comedy routine, starring your beloved pet. And can we take a moment to appreciate how dogs react to their own reflection? Seriously, it's like they've never seen themselves before. You'll be minding your own business, and suddenly there's your dog, staring at the mirror, head tilted, ears perked up, and then, boom! They start barking like there's an intruder in the house. Who is that? What do they want? They're convinced there's a rival dog trying to steal their territory, and the way they prance around, puffing their chests out, is just too much. You can't help but laugh as they try to negotiate with their own reflection, barking and growling, only to realize that it's just them. It's a moment of pure comedy gold. Now, let's not forget the infamous zoomies. You know what I mean. Those moments when your dog suddenly gets a burst of energy and decides that the living room is their personal racetrack. One second they're lounging around, and the next, they're tearing through the house like a tornado. They're skidding across the floor, bouncing off furniture, and you're just standing there, trying to process what's happening. It's like they've been possessed by some wild spirit. You can't help but laugh at their sheer joy, even if your couch cushions are taking a beating. And let's be real, who wouldn't want to experience that level of unfiltered happiness? It's contagious. And speaking of happiness, have you ever seen a dog with a new toy? It's like they've just won the lottery. They'll carry that toy around like it's the most precious thing in the world, prancing proudly, as if to say, "Look what I've got." Then, of course, there's the inevitable moment when they realize that squeaky toys are meant to be chewed, and suddenly, it's a full-on war. They'll shake it, toss it, and then, in a moment of sheer determination, they'll sink their teeth into it with all their might. And when that squeaker goes off, it's like a symphony of joy. But then, just as quickly, the toy is in tatters and the dog looks up at you, confused. Wait, what happened? I thought we were having fun. You can't help but laugh at their bewilderment, even as you're left to pick up the pieces. Now, let's talk about food. Oh boy, dogs and food are a recipe for comedy. Have you ever watched your dog try to catch treats? It's like a scene from an action movie. You toss a treat, and they leap into the air, only to miss it completely and land in a heap. But they are not deterred. They get back up, shake it off, and are ready for another attempt. The determination is commendable, but the execution? Hilarious. And then there are the times when you're eating something, and your dog is just staring at you with those big, pleading eyes. You know the look. Please, just one bite. It's as if they're trying to communicate telepathically. And when you finally give in and toss them a piece, the excitement is palpable. They catch it like a pro, but then they look at you like, "What? This is it?" The disappointment is almost comical. Let's not forget the moments when dogs decide they need to help us with chores. You're trying to vacuum, and suddenly, your dog thinks it's playtime. They're barking at the vacuum like it's an alien invader, running in circles around you, trying to protect you from this monstrous machine. It's like they've taken on the role of your personal bodyguard, and you can't help but chuckle at their misguided bravery. Or, when you're trying to fold laundry, and your dog decides that the freshly cleaned clothes are the perfect place to take a nap. You'll be attempting to organize everything, And there they are, sprawled out on the pile, looking utterly content. What? This is my bed now. It's hard to stay frustrated when they look so adorable. And let's wrap this up with the ultimate dog moment, the infamous head tilt. You know that moment when you say something to your dog, and they just tilt their head to the side, looking at you like they're trying to decipher a complex math problem? It's like they're saying, I don't understand, but I'm totally intrigued. That little head tilt is the cherry on top of the hilarious dog moments. It's a reminder that no matter how silly they can be, they're also incredibly loving and loyal companions. So the next time you find yourself in the presence of a dog, just remember, they're not just pets, they're comedians in fur coats, ready to bring laughter into your life. Embrace those moments, cherish the laughter, and don't forget to capture all the hilarious antics on video. Because let's be honest, the world could always use a little more canine comedy.